Hi, friends. I'm Scott Giles, and welcome to Power Talk, my podcast here on Facebook Live and YouTube. I cover topics related to spirituality, hypno-coaching, and the hypnotic arts and sciences generally. If you'd like to know more about my professional work or sign up for my free e-newsletter, Power Lines, check out my website, which I'll tag at the end of this video. Today, I want to talk about an almost universal goal that loving couples have: the having of children of their own. Now, let me start by stating the obvious. Not everyone wants to have children. I'm an example of that. My wife and I do not have offspring for reasons both personal and medical. Additionally, not everyone should have children. Given the awful number of abused and neglected children that exist, it's clear that some people are far better off if they do not become parents. So if you're someone like me who has decided not to have children, or if you're someone who wants to but can't, or if you're someone who knows it would be better for you not to have children, this podcast is really just for general information. Pass it on to someone you might think is interested. My target audience is those people who do want to have children of their own in their lives. Yet the fact is that the birth rate in the United States is in decline. We hit a 30-year low in 2018, and the birth rate has stayed low since about that time. In fact, the Bipartisan Congressional Budget Office, which tracks such things for tax computations and so on, projects that when the data from 2022 is fully reconciled, the birth rate will be less than it was even just a year ago. Now, there are many factors that explain this. There is a trend for people to have children later in life now, and that means a shortened opportunity to expand a family. It is widely believed that environmental toxins are a factor too. For example, pesticides have been shown to lower fertility. There is a national trend toward obesity, and obesity correlates to difficulty conceiving. In fact, obese people do not do as well with fertility treatments when compared to those who are not obese. According to the American Society of Reproductive Medicine, infertility affects men and women equally. It's not just a female problem. More than one factor inhibits fertility in about a quarter of cases. Ovulation issues cause another 25%, and 25% of the cases of infertility simply have no known cause at all. And it's hypothesized that the cause, therefore, may be mental or emotional in nature. There is an organization called Resolve, which is the National Infertility Association, and it estimates that 1 in 8 couples will have trouble with fertility issues. And even a fully functional couple in their 20s has only a 20 to 25% chance of pregnancy in any month. Right now, the population in the West has fallen below its replacement level. That means more people are dying than are being born. And the British Broadcasting Corporation reports that the demand for assisted reproductive technology has increased 6% since 2004. In fact, according to the Pew Research Center, a third of the population either has used assisted reproductive technology like in vitro fertilization, artificial insemination, or other methods of fertility enhancement, or know someone who has. In short, there is a vast need out there for anything that will improve the odds of getting pregnant if there is an issue. The good news is that hypnotism can help. Now, it's especially good news, in my opinion, because the cost of assisted reproductive technology like in vitro fertilization, in uterine insemination, has become very, very expensive for those who have difficulty in getting pregnant naturally. Well, health insurance may cover some of those costs. There will be out-of-pocket costs for the initial consultation, pre-procedure medication, sperm retrieval, egg retrieval, and embryo transfer. And these things will cost you about $12,000 to $25,000 per cycle. And if you need embryo storage, and most will because this usually takes multiple tries, that's going to cost you about $2,000 a year. Therefore, if a hypnotist can help a woman get pregnant naturally, that's a huge savings. If assisted reproductive technology is needed, the savings from asking a hypnotist to increase the effectiveness of the procedures can also be very large. And finally, not everyone who uses assisted reproductive technology will be successful, and the money used to pay for it is simply gone. A hypnotist can be the thing that helps that actually pay off. Now, in my opinion, the most effective system of hypnotic fertility enhancement is the 3-key system created by Lindsay Eastburn, who was actually one of my students many, many years ago and a gifted hypnotist. The 3 keys of the method are meditate, listen, and trust. Or as I like to put it, learn to use your deeper mind, hone your intuition, and then trust it to lead you to your goals and your pregnancy. Now, the method includes other things as well: thought stopping, ego strengthening, and techniques that would be familiar to most hypnotists, but at its core, there are the 3 keys, the techniques used to advance them, and a good body of research about its effectiveness. That is the system I use in my practice, and we have a long track record of success here. Now, hypnotic fertility enhancement works in the same way that any system of medical hypnotism works. It uses the power of the mind to generate physiological changes that help achieve the goal. The mind can affect the body, just as you will find yourself salivating if you think about biting into a lemon. The mind can easily cause physical alteration of the body. Hypnotism simply harnesses this power and uses it in a goal-directed way. In a recent article by Elena Donovan Mayer titled "Why It's Harder Than Ever to Get Pregnant," based on the work of Dr. Shahanan Grader, a reproductive endocrinologist at the Southern California Reproductive Center, she had this to say about the role of the mind in reproduction. It's not always the technology alone that helps. Sometimes it's the state of mind. That's why many fertility doctors recommend their patients use some method of stress reduction, such as yoga or acupuncture. Well, there is nothing that does a better job of that than the hypnotic arts and sciences. Over the next several weeks in our newsletter, Power Lines, we will link to articles about the role of the mind in pregnancy. Naturally, if you or anyone you know would like more information about how hypnotism can help, feel free to reach out. Hey, thank you for your time and attention today. I'll be back next week with another talk on a different subject, and I'd like to invite you to join me. It does help me if you let others know about my work and my videos, so please like, share, and subscribe. Have a great week.